Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to fix our problem of opening a link in a new browser instead of opening it in the same browser. So right now, if we click over here and click on the go button, it will open the link in a new browser instead of opening it in the same browser. And even if we click over here somewhere on a hack stories or in this some kind of link, then it's going to open another browser instead of opening it in the same browser. What we want is that when we open a website or we click on a link, it opens the website in the same browser that we are working on instead of going to the default browser. So for that, we are going to use something known as Webview Client. Now to initiate the Webview Client, we are going to type brow.set Webview Client new our view client. Now this RView client can be anything, it doesn't matter what you keep the name, but we are going to press Alt plus enter on it and create a new class. It's going to click OK. It has created a new class for us, and as you can see, it extends from a WebView client, which is very important. Now as you can see, it is showing some kind of error because we forgot to put this over here. Now that we have put it, it has gone. And let's work on our WebView client. Now in this, first I'm going to code, then I'm going to explain to you what is happening. So first we're going to type should, and we are going to select the first helper function, and we are going to remove this web resource request. Instead of that, we are going to put in string URL, and we are going to remove this return super. Instead of that, we are going to put in view.load URL and URL, and then we are going to return a true. So let's see what's happening. First, it's giving us a overrides deprecated method. I'm going to explain what is happening over here. So first, let's go back a little bit and see what's happening. So this statement, it declares a WebView client. Now what a WebView client does is that, let me write a comment actually over here. So what it does is that when we click on something in a browser, this enables to open the link in the same browser instead of opening it in another browser. This is the function of WebView client. How we declare a WebView client is we take the browser variable that we declared over here and we initiated over here, and then we put in set WebView client and new our WebView client. Then we create a new class of RView client. RView client can be named anything. And when we do this, this is actually creating an object. If you don't know what is an object, don't worry about it. It basically means that it goes over here, and over here it extends WebView client. So it knows that, hey, we are doing something with the web browser, and here we are doing should override URL loading. So whenever a URL is loaded, we are saying that load this URL in our own web view, in our own web browser that we are creating from default, from scratch, instead of opening the URL in a new browser. So this is what the statement should override URL loading is doing. And this is the web view. This is the web view actually that we created in our main activity, and this is the string URL. So whenever we call this function, the URL is automatically called over here. So for example, if we type google.com over here and press the go button, the google.com is automatically going to come in this URL, and then it's going to load the URL in our own web view, because the web view is stated by this view, and this is saying that, hey, in our view load the URL google.com, and because this is a boolean function, we are returning true. And this functionality has been given automatically in Android Studio from default. Now why is this giving a deprecated error? Because what does deprecated mean? Deprecated mean because it's just that Android Studio is saying that, hey, we have something better, maybe you'll want to use it. You don't have to use it, but maybe you can use it. So what is better that they are trying to make us choose? Let's type in should URL loading. So this is what they are trying us to use. Web resource request. Now this is also a valid thing, but we are supporting a minimum API of 15, where this is not valid. This is only valid for latest Android device. Android devices which use this function are less than 1%. So 99% of our devices won't be able to use this function. That is why we are using this should override URL loading with string URL instead of this function. So let me write a comment over here. I don't want you guys to get confused, so I'm going to write a comment over here that deprecated means hey, we have something else to offer. You might want to give it a shot, but you don't have to. And why are we using this function and not the latest one is because our minimum API is 15 and the new method is only validated Android N, which is only available in less than 1% of the devices. Now to remove this thing of override deprecated method, we are going to type in something like @suppress warnings deprecation, and this error will go away. Now that we have implemented this, let's try it out on Genymotion by clicking the play button. So let's go to the Genymotion, and here our application has executed. So let's type in http www.google.com and press the go button. Now as you can see, the website is opened in our own web browser and not in a different web browser. So our Webview client is working now. In next video, we are going to fix another problem. So for example, right now, if we remove this http:// from over here and press the go button, the website won't open. So we are going to fix this in the next video, and I'll see you over there.